As I continue on my quest to be the world's worst Flash game speedrunner, I'm excited to say we'll be diving into the world of Learn to Fly. Unlike other games I've made videos on, I actually didn't grow up playing this one. Instead, I went for its older, stronger sibling, Learn to Fly 2. I'm interested to see how this one fares as the first in the series and to see if I can get world record. Learn to Fly's story is an emotional one. Our protagonist, the unnamed penguin, is spending the night alone searching up awesome penguin articles on the famous search engine Giggle when he notices two words that turn his smile into absolute rage: flightless birds. Our hero is deeply offended by what they've read and charges out into the snow so he can prove the world wrong and learn to fly. We begin the speedrun on day 1, which, could have gone worse. If you don't know, Learn to Fly is a launcher type game, meaning we'll be sending our penguin friend out into the cold over and over and over, where at the end of each run, we'll earn a small, feeble sum of money. But the farther we fly and the higher we go, the more cash we'll be rewarded with. That being said, we can't just expect our penguin dude to build up gallons of strength and ability in such a short amount of time on his own. So that's where we're going to be able to use our cash prizes to buy various upgrades like better gliders or increasing the size of our ramp for a faster start. Can't afford much yet, so let's just head on into day 2. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. But the next day, I've got enough so I can put some coin into ramp height and acceleration, which lets us go, I think, a little further in the water. Not to worry though, because a few days later, we've worked hard enough and managed to score ourselves our first official glider. It may not be much, there is a hole right in the middle of it, but it's going to help us really get some actual flights started. I can practically feel the wind whizzing past. Either way, we made it far enough to score our first achievement. Each one of these stages has a few objectives for us to do, and completing them rewards us with even more money. These are going to be necessary if we want to make it anywhere in this cold penguin world. On day 7, I learned that trying to go straight up without much momentum isn't the best idea. But only a few purchases later, and suddenly we're really getting the hang of this whole flying thing. And what better way to help out our penguin friend than with a rocket strapped to him? Is it just me, or were Flash games from the 2000s more obsessed with rockets than I remember? With every achievement done on the 5-foot ramp, it was time to put on my big boy pants so we can move over to the 10-foot ramp and get to try out the new rocket. This thing looks strikingly like a pencil. The rocket requires fuel before it's actually of much use at all, and considering I didn't buy any, it got drained pretty quick. The achievements increase their amount given with each stage as well, so now we're earning $100 for them. I bought a huge increase to our rocket fuel. Alright, now we are going to be soaring. Day 12 is the first flying attempt that actually felt like I was playing the game. I didn't make it that far, but it's nice to see our 12 days of excruciatingly hard work is paying off. I've still got an achievement to get done in the 10-foot ramp section, but I'm itching to move on to bigger and better heights, so let's tackle the 20-foot ramp. On this run, I fly straight up. Not because I haven't learned my lesson from before, but because there's an achievement for hitting 45 feet that pays out with 500 big ones. And even though I'm pretty sure the highest I got was maybe 38 feet, it still gave me the prize money, which means I've got just enough for a brand new sleek glider. I won't be needing you anymore. I head back a level just so I can snag that previous achievement and keep working towards the rest. I'm buying upgrades all over the place and ranking in the buku penguin bucks. On day 18, I realized the best way to get the speed bonuses was to fly up as high as I can and plummet straight down. Sounds really stupid, right? Well, surprisingly, it worked. So because I cheated the system, we get to quickly move on to the 35-foot ramp where we'll be bringing in $2,000 per. Even though I just got this glider, I figure it's smartest to save up and get an even more high-tech, shinier one. With more flying, more plummeting, I can do exactly that. Now the final glider upgrade is already achieved. This thing looks insane. It even comes equipped with a high-tech watch that looks straight out of GoldenEye. But we are cruising fast now. You can't even see me when I slam down into the water. Where did I go? The best part about this glider is that I can make small micro adjustments to account for air resistance, and that I can see I'm going way over the speed limit. On day 24, the last achievement for the 35-foot ramp was completed, and it came time for me to put on my extra big boy pants for the final 50-foot ramp. We are basically sliding down a cliff at this point. You can't see the shoreline from the ramp anymore, and it spits us out at such a blazing fast pace. Look at how long I can hold this glide though. Jealous? With all this speed I've got stored up, I figured I'd take a trip to space, but then I decided I wanted to see what the core of the Earth looked like. I don't think he's coming back up. With 2 hefty achievement rewards in one go, I can finish off what was left of the upgrades up here. All that's left is 1 rocket fuel notch and the last rocket upgrade itself. I don't remember buying the second one. A few days later, on day 29, exactly that happens, and I have now become the ultimate penguin life form. Jesus Christ, are you seeing this speed? The clouds can't even keep up. I was falling asleep at the wheel for a moment when I slipped into the oncoming ocean, and it happened to propel me way into the sky. This seems like a technique that I could utilize. And with that run, every achievement on every ramp was completed except for the final 6,000 foot mystery achievement. Needless to say, I hastily set out on what would hopefully be my last flight, using a strategy known as wasting your entire rocket reserves in 8 seconds and using the bounces of the ocean. However, this only got me to a measly 4,000 feet. With my back against the wall, I do something that I would never hope to do: slow it down. Presumably, just like my penguin ancestors before me, I took this ride with a more methodical approach. Instead of whizzing up and down and all around the screen, I glid over the water. I meditated in the air. I visited the garden in my mind, and before I knew it, my rocket fuel was depleted, but my speed was not, and it took me straight past 6,000 feet. I did it. I can fly. Me and my penguin friend went on so much together. We started from square one and spent 31 long, terrifying days forging a bond that could never be broken. Now I get to watch our great hero fly off into the sky, freer than ever before. He finally gets to go. Oh, come on. Well, at the very least, I've ended my run with a 2509, which, considering this was an accidental 100% speedrun, I didn't get dead last. And that is why nobody believes that penguins can subscribe to Shyntos. Bye.